are officially halfway through 2026, which means if you haven't locked in your pull list yet, you are already behind. So today, I'm cutting through the noise and giving you 5 ongoing comics you absolutely cannot miss before the year ends. Let's go. Remember January, all the best comics of 2026 list? Well, half the year is gone and half those books have already fell off. But these 5, they're still kicking it. Here are 5 ongoing series that are worth your time and money. No more wasting another Wednesday at the shop. A brand new era of Daredevil has begun with Stephanie Phillips and Lee Garbett at the helm. As a new villain enters Hell's Kitchen, it is not Daredevil he is after, but rather Matt Murdock. As Matt Murdock takes on a new career as a college professor at ESU, he is facing new challenges along the way while also balancing the responsibility of being the devil of Hell's Kitchen. Stephanie Phillips and Lee Garbett are absolutely killing it on this first story arc. I am really enjoying the storytelling, pacing, narration, and dialogue throughout from Stephanie Phillips as she is truly taking the time to build this world and this story. The pacing of this first story arc has truly shown the threat level that the Omen is to both Daredevil and Matt Murdock, while also balancing both sides of the character equally. Lee Garbett's sleek line work, cinematic compositions, and dynamic posing make his panels come to life. Lee's artwork truly shines in Daredevil as he seamlessly transitions from the darker, grittier style of Daredevil to match the tone and atmosphere of Matt Murdock. If you've been picking up Stephanie Phillips and Lee Garbett's Daredevil, I would love to hear in the comments down below what you think, and I highly recommend picking up this series if you have not already done so. Coming in to my second pick, here I have Escape follows Milton Shaw, an experienced bomber pilot who is fighting against a fascist empire, and now his plane has been taken down in the very city he has just brought to ruins. Behind enemy lines, Milton Shaw must escape. Escape draws heavily from World War II, set in a fictional world of anthropomorphic animals. Remender has noted his choice for animals as a way to create more empathy and criticize the desensitization of war. Daniel Acuña does a fantastic job in Escape with his world building, character designs, and visual storytelling throughout. Acuña's vibrant colors and gritty stylization truly set the tone of this story. Now is a perfect time to start reading Escape, with Trade Volume 1 for sale everywhere and the second story arc starting after a brief hiatus from the creative team. Have you been picking up Escape? I would love to hear in the comments down below if you have, what you think. And coming into my third pick, here I have Absolute Green Arrow issue number 1 hit a bullseye, setting the stage for an action-packed murder mystery following the death of Oliver Queen in the Absolute universe. Pornstack P. Show does an amazing job in issue number 1, setting the stage as we follow a serial killer slaughtering corrupt billionaires with only one clue to their identity, being the green arrows sticking out of his victims' corpses. Without trick arrows, without money, without mercy, this is Absolute Green Arrow. I love the redesign of Absolute Green Arrow from Rafael Albuquerque. I think the introduction of swords into Absolute Green Arrow's arsenal, especially using them as a way to makeshift into his iconic bow, is such a nice touch. I really appreciate the moody styles, heavy textures, and color contrasts from Rafael, as I think it pairs perfectly for the tone of this book. Now is the perfect time to pick up Absolute Green Arrow, with issue number 1 getting announced for a second printing and issue number 2 releasing today. The announcement of a second printing for issue number 1 before the release of issue number 1 is a great sign for the creative team and means a possible extension of the series like what we saw with Absolute Martian Manhunter. But that relies on the support of you, so go pick up Absolute Green Arrow. And if you've already done so, I would love to hear in the comments down below what you thought about issue number 1. Coming into my fourth pick, here I have 5 years ago, the sky turned completely white. Now, the world is being haunted and hunted by ghosts. White Sky follows Violet and her father David as they travel to the last rumored safety in San Francisco. Along the way, Violet gets separated from her father, and now she must face monsters and scavengers alike to rescue her father. William Harms is setting the stage for the next generational post-apocalyptic horror story. If you are a fan of things like The Walking Dead, The Last of Us, or even Fallout, then White Sky is for you. I am really enjoying the pacing, world building, and storytelling of William Harms as he is setting the stage perfectly in this first story arc of White Sky. J.P. Mavinja is a name I was not familiar with until White Sky, and has quickly become one of my favorite artists as of recently. Mavinja's choice for unorthodox panel shapes make an excellent use of framing, dictating the pacing of the action perfectly. I love the character designs, world building, and visual storytelling from Mavinja, as his art alone is worth the price of this book. Have you been picking up White Sky? I would love to hear in the comments down below. And if you have not already, do yourself a favor and go ahead and pick up this series. Coming in to my final pick, here I have A bold new era of Batman is here, with Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez joining forces for a new era that will test Batman and Bruce Wayne like never before. Matt Fraction is doing an amazing job in this first story arc, introducing us to new villains and setting up many plot lines to tell one cohesive story. Fraction is able to juggle each plot perfectly, not wasting a single panel, creating important character moments, and balancing the action of this story flawlessly. Jorge Jimenez, after a 5-year stint on the title, is back and is now one of the most defining voices in the DC universe. Jorge's visual storytelling, cinematic compositions, and character designs truly make this story come to life. I cannot express to you enough. His art alone is worth the price of admission for this book. The creative team behind this project is on a generational run, with Batman being nominated for an Eisner for Best New Series. If that's not convincing enough for you, Trade Volume number 1 is out for sale everywhere. What are you doing? Go pick it up. If you've already started Batman from Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez, I would love to hear in the comments down below what you think. No more wasting another Wednesday at the shop. That is my top 5 ongoings of 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, it is another beautiful Wednesday, which means it is another beautiful new comic book day. And there's some amazing releases coming out today. We have Absolute Green Arrow issue number 2, which is my most anticipated pull of the week. Absolute Batman issue 21, the first appearance of Absolute Two-Face. We cannot forget about Nightwing issue 139, as well as Deathstroke the Terminator issue number 4. Kicking over to Marvel this week, we have Punisher issue number 5 from Benjamin Percy, as well as Wonder Man issue number 4, the second to last issue of that miniseries. This is an amazing week for new releases. We're going to hang out with some friends and see what we can find, so come with me, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the way now to meet Daniel and Carson for New Comic Book Day, and before me and Daniel head to our LCS, we're actually meeting next door at a local card shop to see if they have anything we're interested in. There are a few different Pokemon characters I've been wanting to get into collecting, such as Mewtwo and Gengar, and I'm going to see if they have anything I'm interested in. I'm hoping to find something that I can come home with for either character, but we will see what they have. This is an amazing day for new releases with Absolute Green Arrow as well as Absolute Batman. We also have Nightwing and Deathstroke the Terminator. Kicking over to Marvel this week, we cannot forget about Punisher by Benjamin Percy, as well as Wonder Man, the second to last issue of that miniseries. I've been really enjoying this story so far, an LA detective story and true love story to LA. I highly recommend picking it up if you haven't been able to already. The trade will be coming out soon, so it's going to be a perfect time to get into that miniseries. It gives you a brief backstory and history of the character and a really great introduction into Simon Williams, especially with the release of the Wonder Man TV show earlier this year. I am excited to see what we can find on this beautiful Wednesday, so let's see. There is a Mew down here that I am debating on getting, and it looks so nice. And just like that, we have arrived. Today is the release of Deathstroke the Terminator issue 4, but a few weeks ago, I did not pull issue number 3, so that means that I am on the hunt today, and I'm hoping that they have it over here in the back issues. Issue 2, issue number 3, here we go. Would you look at that? Carson, what is the most anticipated pull of this week? Oh yes, Absolute Two-Face first appearance. Just so excited to see what Scott Snyder and Nick Dragotta are cooking up this week. I mean, so much aura. So much aura. Daniel, what is the most anticipated pull of the week this week? Absolute Batman. I cannot blame you. I know also, am I mistaken that Geiger volume number 5 comes out today? Is that right?
Yes it does. Also comes out today.
Jeff Johns coming back with Peak. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this beautiful Scotty Young variant at our LCS. I just love seeing more and more variant covers coming to the shelves and getting more popular here recently. Today is the release of Absolute Green Arrow, issue number 2 from Pornsec Pichot and Raphael Albuquerque. And look at this beautiful variant cover featuring Oliver Queen and Dinah facing off. RLCS has one copy left of issue number 7, the start of the second story arc of Escape by Remender and Daniel Acuña. This is your sign to go ahead and pick up the second story arc. I just made it back home and I have a pretty fat stack to go through for today's new comic book day, so let's get right into it. Absolute Green Arrow, issue number 2 from Pornsec Pichot and Raphael Albuquerque. This is my most anticipated pull of the week. Issue number 1 set the stage perfectly for an action-packed murder mystery following the death of Oliver Queen in the Absolute Universe. Without the trick arrows, without money, without mercy, this is Absolute Green Arrow. Coming into issue number 2 of the week, here I have Absolute Batman issue 21. Scott Snyder and Nick Dragotta have shown they are not slowing down anytime soon. This series continues to impress me month after month. I cannot rave to you enough about Absolute Batman. This creative team has done an amazing job with a beautiful retelling of Batman in the Absolute Universe. Coming into issue number 3 of the week, here I have Deathstroke the Terminator quickly has become one of my favorite DC Next Level titles. I was not able to pull issue number 3 on release day, so finding issue number 3 in a first printing and a cover at that is such an awesome find for the collection. Coming into issue number 4, here I have Deathstroke the Terminator issue number 4. This has quickly become one of my favorite DC Next Level titles. As we are following Slade Wilson, he has made enemies along the way, and now one of them has come back seeking revenge and has taken everything Slade Wilson knows and loves away from him. Now, at his absolute lowest, Deathstroke is the Terminator, and he will stop at absolutely nothing to seek revenge. This has been a really fun, action-packed story so far, and I highly recommend picking this up if you have not already done so. Coming into issue number 5, here I have Nightwing issue 139. This has quickly become one of my favorite ongoings at the moment, as Dan Watters has done an amazing job transitioning from Tom Taylor's time on the run, and I cannot recommend this series enough. Coming into issue number 6, here I have The Punisher issue number 5 by Benjamin Percy. This is my first ever Punisher run, and I cannot express to you enough how much I've been enjoying this series. Benjamin Percy does an amazing job introducing you to the character and filling you in along the way on what you need to know from the previous run with the Punisher Red Band series taking place before this as a continuation of the Punisher Red Band series. I do not know much about the character, but I do know that Benjamin Percy has done an amazing job introducing me to Frank Castle and really giving me an interesting story along the way. Coming into my last issue of the week, issue number 7, here I have Wonder Man issue number 4. This is the second to last issue of this miniseries, and I'm going to be very sad when this ends. Jerry Duggan has done an amazing job introducing you to Simon Williams along the way as he tells an LA detective story and true love story to Los Angeles. This has been such a fun story, and I cannot recommend Wonder Man enough. If you were interested in the Wonder Man TV show and wanted to dive more into the character, this is a perfect jumping on point as it gives you a brief backstory along the way as they are telling this beautiful LA detective story of Simon Williams as he has been framed for murder and trying to solve the mystery of this murder. I really enjoy this series. I would love to hear in the comments down below what you picked up this week. That is everything I picked up this week, but as I mentioned earlier in the video, there are a few different Pokemon cards that we were looking at, so I'm going to go right into a haul of everything that I got today. The first card I have here is a Mew VMAX Japanese V-Star Universe Holo in a CGC 10. This is just such a beautiful condition. I had to come home with this. Mew is one of my favorite characters in Pokemon. Him and Gengar are my top 2 favorites, so I just had to come home with this card when I saw this at the store. Such a beautiful card in such great condition. The last thing I have to open is a Japanese Mega Expansion Pack to open, so let's see what I got. These have some really cool details on the art. I really appreciate these, and these are just going to be super fun to add to the collection. We didn't get anything, but still really awesome. That is everything I managed to pick up today. Thank you all so much for watching. I cannot thank you enough for the love and support. We are almost at that 1,000 subscribers mark, which is absolutely insane. I cannot believe I'm saying that. I cannot thank you enough for the love and support. You blow my mind Seriously, I am so incredibly thankful for this platform and the chance and opportunity to be able to create content that you all enjoy. We will be back next week for New Comic Book Day, but as always, spend some time with some loved ones, spend some time with yourself. Peace.